Hello viewers, subscriber. Welcome once again my continuation of the previous screencast. We already talk about detail about different technology, or technology means different programmings with the Web GIS or Web GIS programming, Java based Web GIS programming, or JavaScript based Web GIS programming with different available JavaScript map libraries like OpenLayers and Leaflet and Google Maps APIs, and even though the other APIs like from Bitmap APIs and also the Yahoo Map APIs, those things we already discussed a lot. And then that's you already saw in my channels. We see the channels. We have some screencast about the very simple web application building or front-end building based on the OpenStreetMaps as a base map, and then Leaflet JavaScript library and simple and other JavaScript graphs and chart libraries to build the web pages. That's why I already published it. This the screencast. Still, we are continuing the further development for this screencast. So I just like divided like Web GIS programming with Leaflet, Web GIS programming with the open layers, and then Web GIS programming with the other JavaScript library like Angular and React, those things. And even though the Web GIS programming with the completely Java, that's I cover here. So this is the very simple Web GIS programming with Leaflet and GeoServer, and then very simple HTML and CSS and other JavaScript library. You can look for this screencast and series. You can follow the series, and you can get the updated information when we update the information into our channels. So here's the one of the other screencast. It's containing the same thing, but it's different open layer library, like not the Leaflet library. It is open layer libraries are other things as it is same. It's very simple HTML, CSS, and other JavaScript and graph libraries. That's I already podcasted. This is the today I try to continue this series of the screencast, like this up to 1 to up to 8. It was only the how can you standard JavaScript setup, standard open layers and standard very simple HTML and CSS integration, and different JavaScript library integration with OpenStreetMap. That was the very basic screencast. So I'm continuing today what I try to do today, like continuing the how can you integrate the GeoServer. That means GeoServices, WMS service, WFS service. How can you call these services into your very simple HTML page or HTML or CSS page? That's the intention for that's the tutorial continuation. And I will show you every part of the continuation of this one. So today I try to continue the screencast number 37, and it will be started 37.9, and then so on so forth. And you see already saw that there is some many screencast here. So Node.js, Angular, Leaflet, and JavaScript libraries integration with the Angular, and the TypeScript, Java programming, JavaScript languages, scripting languages. There is another one with everything is same with the open layers. That's why I said that many subscriber asking me to give it to you, someone who has only need for the open layers. That's why I need to make open layer libraries. The things is the same things, just like change your map libraries to manipulate the maps or calling the maps and so on and so forth. That's why I make like this way. So Angular Node.js and open layers, and Angular Node.js with Leaflet, GeoServer, and so on and so forth, other functionalities. And even though I have a completely Java based implementation, that's the things I am continuing. I am the implementation. If you saw the pictures like that way, I have already Java functionalities, and this is the Spring Boot, and then time leap GUI development functionalities, and then it works automatically. I started the programming with Java, and then this is working perfectly. That's how we expected. That's really complicated. This is the enterprise level application. I will show you later when I start the Java part. So not only just information, what I am doing and what are the plan for the future. If you are subscribing the channels and alarm the notification, and you get the information what I mean, what can it work. So you see that it's everything works. That's how we expected. So it's GeoServer is running with this all sort of information that's we need here. So this you see the all sort of information properly working that we expected. All the functionalities that this informations, and so all things is what we expected. Informations that is see the plot information, build register plots. There is some plot is coming here. You see the register plot is working properly. So in the Java. So that's why I said it is like a multicast screencast. If some those who has only the experience like simple JavaScript programming skills and some Java framework, JavaScript based framework programming skill, then they can just go to the JavaScript and JavaScript programming. On those who are looking for the Java, completely Java based and Spring Boot based programming, GIS and Web GIS programming, then they can go this screencast. That's why I'm trying to make it likely a segregation between the Java based Web GIS or web mapping, and then the JavaScript based Web GIS mapping with the different open source and map servers and different open source JavaScript libraries and graphs libraries for you for statistical presentation or visualization. That's the intention of the dividing the all the screencast with the technology, categorizing the technology based on what you need. And that's one of the big, really critical questions or different questions, or different the subscriber asking me to segregate it. Yes, make more time to invest for you, but we try our best to come up some give you ideas and concept and with some demo application, then you can quickly integrate and learn it from very beginning level to the professional level. That's I said this, so all the application is a really enterprise level application, big applications, and that's why I said you need to be follow really big way, really concentrate the approach of what we did. There's a big forms, you have a lot of possibility digitizing your maps, and then so on so forth. You can do whatever you like to do. So you see the information. This is the Java part, but today I'm trying to continue the JavaScript part. Even though if you go to my channels, I like the new tab open. I have like very simple screencast and the series of playlist. You can go to the basic, those who have no knowledge about the JavaScript and very simple HTML and CSS, and they can go like this way. So this has some very basic starting point, JavaScript framework, third-party JavaScript library. How can you integrate it? How can you start the JavaScript programming? That's the really basic level. So those who have no experience, the students, fresh developer, then they can start from the screencast number 45 to learn it JavaScript and JavaScript programmings, and then when they get it, then you can go to the other programming like this, that's like JavaScript with the Angular, TypeScript, JavaScript with Java, Spring Boot, and whatever it is like you like to do. Just the depending which requirement you have it, which technologies you need it in your company, or what you need it in your working experience or your working place. That's the main intention, to give it to you idea how can you think, how they are the technology categorize, and depending what we have it and who have to categorize it. So let's have a overlook this our functionality that I am trying to cover it. I will show you every step. How can you do? How can you start those things together? How can you call the GeoServer service into your very simple HTML page and all? How can you arrange or structure your JavaScript libraries and images and pictures, all things together? I will show you later when I start the development. So let's go the presentation part. That's we need to discuss a little bit where we are. Presentation part. So we already talk about detail about this one.